with the National Weather Service. And there's a fire in the studio right now. Hey, guys, can you guys hear me? We have a lamp on fire here in the studio. Okay, we got a fire in the studio. We still got to track these 2 tornado warnings here across the region. Wow, this is pretty crazy, guys. So we got some reports with the Sebastian County cell of there was a trees down, a roof blown off a barn, and a flatbed trailer turned over. This was near the Excelsior area west of Greenwood, so it was this little area where we could have had a quick spin-up tornado, where that little tornado potentially lifted north. Of course, we'll have to get confirmation on that as these thunderstorms continue to lift their way north. Let's jump back to reflectivity, and just want to kind of show you guys that we're going to be looking at the potential for seeing areas of rotation. So this is that northern tornado warning that we're looking at right now. And if you guys see a little bit of smoke, it's because we're currently putting a fire out in the studio right now. So yeah, we're smelling lots of smoke here, but we got to keep going, tracking the tornado warning right now as this lifts its way northward across Sebastian County. Keep doing your thing, Trevor. Yeah, if it gets a little foggy here on camera, it's because we have a light on fire in the studio. But again, we're looking at this tornado warning right now, and this continues to lift its way northward across Greenwood. If I look a little foggy, it's because we just had a little fire in the studio, but you got to keep doing your job, folks. Okay, folks, if anyone can hear me, I got fire, smoke, but we still got to keep tracking this tornado warning. So if anyone can hear me, we're still tracking this warning through Sebastian County. Let's look at our storm relative velocity here. If we're in Fort Smith area, luckily our rotations come down a little bit. It's going to be roughly, and it's kind of hard to see where the rotation is, but this tornado warning continues to kind of lift its way north. If you're just now joining us, we just had a fire in the studio, but we got 2 tornado warnings, so we got to keep tracking this and covering this live as this lifts its way northward through Sebastian County. The fire is out, so I am safe, but still got a lot of smoke here in the studio. Excuse me, guys. Looked at a little quick storm track of this, just so it includes Fort Smith area. Okay. So this was moving northwest at 15 miles an hour. And if you're watching South Fort Smith right now, the tornado warning does include you. Luckily, there was a little bit less rotation here. Excuse me. It slowly lifted its way northward. There's not as much rotation across the radar site and across South Fort Smith. You guys are still included in that tornado warning. And this radar site continues to kind of sample the upper level winds aloft in the atmosphere. We'll jump real quick to our storm relative winds to kind of see what we're dealing with here. And then I can maybe potentially do a storm track. The good news, guys, is that any potential area of circulation has really come down as we're starting to work our way north of Greenwood, so north of north of Arkansas 10. There's Arkansas 71. Again, the winds are continuing to push its way northward. Nothing jumps out to me as necessarily super concerning. I got some water. Thank you, guys. Yeah, you can open the door, please. But yeah, still tracking 2 tornado warnings. We'll talk about that Scott County. If you're just now joining us, we just had a fire in the studio, but it has been put out. So we got that one in Sebastian County. I'll touch on that here in a little bit, but the good news is that the rotation has come down just a little bit. We still have to talk about this Scott County cell. We'll take a look at that. And if it sounds like I'm out of breath, it's because I'm trying not to inhale anything here. So it's about to enter Scott County. This is a little area of rotation that we're looking at just north of Alcorn, south of Blansett. This continues to push its way northeastward here as this storm is going to be entering Scott County. So here's Blancett. Parks would be just above my head. Waldron would be up behind the storm banner. Any potential rotation would be in this vicinity, right on the Polk and Scott County line as it lifts its way northward. Excuse me. Let's do a little storm track on this here. Okay, so here's a Sebastian County cell. We're watching a little surge of green, so wind's going toward the radar here. So let's watch that. If we're in South Fort Smith, let's try and be in our safe shelter here as we have potential rotation near the radar side as that kind of continues to lift its way northward there. So if we're in Greenwood, we had rotation earlier, potentially a brief spin up just to your west. It is now dissipated, so that's some good news. The area of rotation in that Scott County cell is north of Mena. And so that continues for the next 25 to 30 minutes. and I'm sorry, apologize everyone. It's kind of hard to breathe in here. We had a fire extinguisher, we had a fire. We still got to keep talking about some of these warnings. So we'll zoom in here in Fort Smith area. We'll jump to radar real quick. So here's what radar looks like in the Fort Smith Greenwood area. Here's Lavaca getting some rain. You're not including the tornado warning, but we're watching a little area of some heavy rain, some lightning in the Fort Smith area in the vicinity. That continues to lift its way northward. Excuse me. And then if we jump to debris tracker real quick, I doubt we're seeing anything, but let's just take a look. So not a whole lot to talk about here on the debris tracker, and that's some good news. Typically, you want to see areas of blue and green. That means low correlated. That means different objects in the atmosphere. You don't necessarily see that. As we work our way here back to radar, checking some National Weather Service chat here. It looks like low level rotation is increasing between Mansfield and Abbott, which that might be a new area that we have to watch. And that is that new tornado warning that just got issued. So we got 3 tornado warnings, folks. We got this one for Sebastian County. We got this new one that just got issued here for eastern Sebastian County. This is a new area of rotation for Mansfield, and it goes up into Greenwood and Lavaca. And then this little cell that we'll focus in on here in a little bit later. Yep. Okay.